feel
อ๋อ feeling
feeling
อ๋อเหรอ
like catwalk
อ๋อ like a catwalk
can I go
you go around there and you walk แฟรงค์บอกว่าเหมือน catwalk มากตรงนี้
จริง
เพราะว่าเมื่อวานก็คือจัดรายการตรงนี้กับพี่แขกไปแล้วแล้วแฟรงค์ก็บอกว่าสวยดีมาตรงนี้กันบ้างนะครับก็นี่คือ Milk Tea Alliance นะครับพันธมิตรชานมนี่นะฮะวันนี้แฟรงค์วันนี้เป็น Frank's choice
จริง
Why did you choose this? It's like super cute.
And because I like the bubble, it's a little bit soft. It's your preference. Actually,
My
I like
preference.
chewy one, and you can chew for long.
No, I think it's good. สวัสดีครับทุกคนนี่คือ Milk Tea Alliance นะครับเดี๋ยววันนี้มีเรื่องแซ่บๆมาเมาส์กันทั้งอาเซียนเอเชีย
ใช่ครับ
global whatever นะฮะแต่ว่า let's start with science feel first because we have seen in the news of Taiwan and the Mars.
Yes, and it's
What's
really
going on
news.
there?
So NASA deployed the new spaceship called Perseverance, and Taiwan actually include in this project. There's two Tony Stark tests. One designed a spaceship, and another designed the system to manipulate the car from Earth.
เป็นชาวไต้หวัน2 คนที่อยู่ในโปรเจกต์ของ NASA
ใช่ครับ
ในยานอวกาศลำนี้ที่เรา we have seen the photos and videos already
and the audio tape
and the sound like for the very first time right ก็คือได้ยินเสียงเห็นภาพใดๆแล้วแล้วก็มีชาวไต้หวัน2 คนในนั้น the first one is
to design the spaceship
เป็นดีไซน์ so he's like he's not going there
he's not going there
he's on Earth now
yes
คนแรกนี้ดีไซน์แล้วก็อยู่บนโลกคนที่2ทำอะไรนะ
ที่2 design the system to manipulate the car
เป็นคนดีไซน์แบบว่าระบบภายในในการ control เครื่องนะครับน่าสนใจมากพี่แขกไปไหน พี่แขกเดี๋ยวเจอกันตอนบ่ายนะฮะตอนเช้านี้เจอกับโจ้กับแฟรงก์ก่อนนะครับแฟรงก์เป็นชาวไต้หวันที่มาอยู่ไทยได้เกินปีแล้ว
ใช่ครับ
on the very challenging time of COVID-19 and so on and you decided to leave your country just the right time
I think I should stay there. No, actually, I love Thailand.
But you actually have learned so much by living here in this very difficult period of time, right?
See, I mean, not learn so much, see so much, observe so much about how our dearest Prime Minister govern this country and can make it better.
Our นี่คือ yours or mine? Mine.
Yours, yeah.
Can I not say mine? คือแฟรงค์บอกว่าคือมาอยู่เมืองไทยนานแล้วพูดไทยก็ได้แล้ว
พูดไทยนิดหน่อย
เกินปีแล้วเนาะมากกว่า1 ปีแล้ว
ใช่ครับ
แล้วก็เห็นอะไรเยอะมากเห็นว่า Prime Minister ประยุทธ์ของเราเนี่ยนะฮะบริหารประเทศยังไงนะฮะ but today can we first update about Myanmar because we have just gone through the biggest protest in Myanmar เป็นแบบประท้วง2222
So actually so recap a little bit so the Aung San Suu Kyi was detained since the 1st February ใช่ไหม
ใช่
and at the beginning it's about the walkie-talkie like she legally imported and the second one is the national disaster law
ซึ่ง she's still detained
under house detainment and right now since 1st February we see so many protests but as what Joe said วันที่22 February กุมภา in 2021 and it's actually a pay a homage to what happened in 1988 so 1988 August 8th this was a biggest protest in Yangon and hundreds of thousands of people protest there and that's the point that Aung San Suu Kyi become the national icon because the military government at that time so there's a national election and Aung San Suu Kyi and the National League for Democracy her party won the majority of vote I think more than 90% but as what we saw a deja vu back that time the military government like shut down the election and detained Aung San Suu Kyi until 2010
alright so คือหลังจาก2222เนี่ยเป็นประท้วงที่ใหญ่ที่สุดครั้งหนึ่งแล้วทีนี้มันมีการยกระดับความรุนแรงต่างๆมากมาย escalating the violence and everything imposed by the military junta, the regime. At least 3 deaths, right?
Three, yes. Because as what we seen on 20th, Saturday, last week, they used sniper to kill people.
Who's the like so 2 on Saturday and then 1 before that?
One before that, but some people say that on 22nd, there are at least 4 people dead. So actually, the number is not certain.
Could be 5.
Could be 5.
Yeah, I think I saw
Or
the
it could
photo
be more.
of another guy like shot around here, and then 2 days after being hospitalized, he was on life support. So like after that, he could not do it anymore. So he's passed already. And is there anything else to update about Myanmar?
I think like the death toll is not a official number. But I think it's more than that. And more, what the worst is actually right now, policemen they shut down the internet every day from 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. And that's the period that they start to arrest people. So people try to connect to each other like, oh, here we have policemen arresting people now, but ไม่ได้ because you cannot talk to people, you cannot have an important message exchanged with people.
ตอนนี้มีแคมเปญตอนกลางคืนที่เขาบอกว่า we are not safe at night anymore ก็คือแบบตอนกลางคืนเนี่ยชีวิตเราไม่ได้ปลอดภัยแล้วเพราะว่าการตัดอินเทอร์เน็ตเนี่ยนะฮะตั้งแต่ช่วงเที่ยงคืนไปถึง 9 โมงในบางพื้นที่แล้วบางที่เนี่ยก็อาจจะเที่ยงคืนถึงแบบ 11 โมงถึงเที่ยงเขาใช้ช่วงเวลานี้นะครับในการเข้าไปในบ้านของผู้คนแล้วก็แบบ abduct แบบจับตัวคนไปเลยอะไรเงี้ยแล้วก็มี celebrities นะมี activists มีคนดังเริ่มที่จะถูกจับกุมแล้ว like they start being arrested and that's making everything worse. I have seen the interview of like former Miss Universe of Myanmar in Thailand and she's here in Thailand and she is voicing her concern and asking the world to like keep the eyes very close on what's going on there because at the end of the day Aung San Suu Kyi is the main point that people want her to be released along with other MPs and officials and
yeah, I have one thing to update. Actually, there's an interview about the UN Special Envoy for Myanmar and her name is Christine Bergener. And she said that actually right now she is in Switzerland and she tries to find a way to build a channel between the military junta and NLD, but it's not gonna happen. But she talked to one important person in the military junta, and the person said that right now they want to have another new election, and NLD couldn't be the one to win the majority. So right now they try to find a way to get the power back rather than just cook data. And another one is Facebook, the tech giant during the war. They said that in line with our global policies, we remove the national TV, Myanmar TV, governed by the military junta, and say that we are against the violations, the violence and incitement policy made by the military.
ตอนนี้มีเพจของที่รันแล้วก็ organize โดย military ของเมียนมาเนี่ยตอนนี้ก็ถูกปิดเพจไปแล้วด้วยนะครับ Facebook เขาบอกว่าเป็นการนำเสนอข้อมูลแล้วก็คอนเทนต์ที่ขัดต่อกฎของ Facebook เองนะครับแล้วตอนนี้ก็มีการปิดเพจไปแล้ว so what about Chinese views on this
actually
is there any development from the Chinese side
so at the beginning people think that Chinese government is supporting the military Myanmar's military junta, but actually the foreign minister of Chinese government or other important officials said that we don't want this because they think Tamadao, the military junta, is incapable and corruptive. Because I think they talk about this on the case of economy. Because right now actually China has the agreement to open the China and Myanmar economic corridor at northeast side of Myanmar. So they want peace, actually. On the
China
surface, yes.
wants peace.
Peace.
Well, that has come to the point of yesterday event เมื่อวานเราน่าจะได้เห็นภาพนะครับที่หลายๆคนเนี่ยมีความไม่พอใจแล้วก็ไม่สบายใจมาก A lot of people were worried about the move happening in Thailand yesterday when the foreign ministers of the three countries Thailand, Indonesia and Myanmar meeting up in the heart of Bangkok. Some people even say that this is happening behind ASEAN's back because we have to realize that ASEAN is governed by the consensus
Yes.
decision making process คือความเป็นอาเซียนเนี่ยเราเกิดขึ้นมาเพื่ออะไรทุกคนจำได้ไหมครับความเป็นอาเซียนเนี่ยมันมีเพื่อความผาสุกความสงบสุขของคนทั้งภูมิภาค we have came up with the idea of ASEAN because we want prosperity for these 10 member countries, right?
Yes.
So the most important thing is fighting for democracy together so that we could be like equally treated, fairness could be happening, democracy could be, driving us to a better quality of life.
But within 10 members, decided by 10 members, right?
Decide everything has to be consensus. It has to be together.
Not just the minority.
Decided. So the meeting yesterday was very worrisome because at first, well, we understand that China is sort of like toning down something. As I observe, because the tone of the speeches or the statement that the foreign minister Wang Yi, right, has been coming out to tell us is it's really more like not really supporting the coup as we expected to be. คือตอนนี้เสียงของจีนเนี่ยมันค่อนข้างจะเหมือนแบบโทนดาวอ่ะค่อนข้างระวังตัว very protective of themselves. They are not really going forward to like we support you Myanmar, we support you the coup and stuff like that. So they even said that China is, willing to stand aside ASEAN to bring peace and security back to Myanmar and stuff like that. And actually not long ago ก่อนหน้านี้ไม่นานนะครับก่อนที่รัฐมนตรีต่างประเทศของประเทศอินโดนีเซียเขาจะเดินทางมาไทยเนี่ย Indonesian Foreign Minister Retno and Wang Yi met up together and Retno even said that she insisted that no one wants Myanmar to go back to the state of security and peace more than ASEAN and China. So this is the word of the foreign minister of Indonesia คือไม่มีใครอยากที่จะเห็นเมียนมาเนี่ยกลับไปสู่สภาวะที่แบบปกติสุขมากเท่ากับจีนแล้วก็อาเซียนแล้วนะฮะอันนี้เป็นสิ่งที่เกิดขึ้น but yesterday at first we actually saw the photo of only two foreign ministers. Did you see the photo?
Yes.
So like we were like okay so these two are meeting up ตอนแรกเราเห็นแค่2คนในรูปนะครับถ้าเห็นที่แบบโชว์ขึ้นเมื่อกี้นะก็คือดอนปรมัตถ์วินัย Thai Foreign Minister อีกคนหนึ่งก็คือ Retno Marsudi Retno Marsudi เนี่ยเป็นแบบมาดาม Retno Marsudi เป็น Foreign Minister ของประเทศอินโดนีเซียซึ่งshe is one of the few people who has been fighting so hard for like human rights, liberty, freedom, democracy. And actually Indonesia is the world third biggest democracy in the world. So like, okay, she has come to Thailand. What does this mean? And what is this meeting about? Because it's not usual for only few members of the foreign minister to meet up. What do you think when you saw the photo?
I'm thinking that maybe the Indonesian foreign minister could say something really useful for Myanmar, but actually it's quite blurred, right? It's just a general idea. She didn't say that. I really support the democracy of Myanmar, and I hope the military junta can step away from this or find a consensus with NLD. But no, it's a general idea, like what you said. ASEAN support the prosperity or the peace within the 10 members, and we will find a way to solve this problem.
No, that's actually not what she said in Thailand. That's what she said with Wang Yi long before. But yesterday, we have no clue what the detail is all about. The only thing that has been released by the government is that there was a talk to create more of the bilateral cooperation คือสิ่งเดียวที่เรารู้ตอนนี้นะครับของสิ่งที่เขาคุยกันเมื่อวานเนี่ยก็คือว่าเขาต้องการที่จะผลักดันให้เกิดความร่วมมือแบบทวิภาคีเพิ่มมากขึ้น which is so general คือแบบเรามันก็เป็นคำพูดแบบว่าทุกครั้งที่ผู้นำเจอกัน but we do not know what's the details in the meeting but actually after the two person in that photo released we saw another photo this is being confirmed by all the press including the senior member of the journalist from Reuters จะมีเป็นทวีตเนี่ยที่คุณอะไรนะคุณอลันนะ Tom Allard said confirmed Indonesia Foreign Minister Retno Marsudi meeting her Myanmar counterpart วันณหม่องระวิน in Bangkok today ก็คือเป็นภาพที่ทางซ้ายเนี่ยจะเป็นอินโดนีเซียทางขวาเนี่ยจะเป็นหม่องระวินแล้วก็ตรงกลางเนี่ยคือดอนปรมัตถ์วินัยก็เป็นภาพออกมา this is unofficial photo because they were like in the talk right
yes
but the official photo are the only two Indonesian and Thai taking photo together the unofficial one includes the Myanmar foreign minister which is I mean nobody really knew about this even the press even Human Rights Watch Thailand
they don't know
they have been fighting we have actually yesterday we took like hours before we knew that wait are they really meeting up like behind the back of ASEAN because without the 10 members why would we meet up you know unofficially and not announcing before that they would be meeting and then at the end of the day we found out that it's not only the two it's actually three including Myanmar's one too
So in the history, we can see that actually Indonesia I think they always act the role as a mitigator as what happened in Southeast Asia, and they would be the proactive country to convene countries to go to Indonesia back in 1990s for the solution. So this time maybe Indonesia, if on the record of the history, maybe Indonesia come here to mitigate what happened in Myanmar and talk with Thailand. That's my
I would love to believe that too. I would love to think it that way too. But if that's the case, why would they not announce that they would meet up officially for the talk about Myanmar and to find the way out of this crisis and for the better life and the rights of the people in Myanmar. And according to on Monday, Reuters reported that Indonesia is pushing ASEAN members to agree to the action plan of the Myanmar's coup and try to keep it to its promise of holding the election as they said. So คือรอยเตอร์เนี่ยเขารายงานข่าวเมื่อวันจันทร์นะครับบอกว่าอินโดนีเซียเนี่ยพยายามที่จะผลักดันให้สมาชิกของอาเซียนเนี่ย agree เห็นด้วยกับแผนที่คณะรัฐประหารของเมียนมาเนี่ยประกาศออกมาว่าจะมีการเลือกตั้งฟังดูดี but if we really think into this it kind of sounds good like oh we want ASEAN to come together and support the election as the junta promised. What about the election last year?
That's the real election with democracy.
Does that mean the votes, which is the actual voice of the people in Myanmar, will be dismissed?
Or it's a fraud, as what the military junta said.
And if there's a fraud, it has to go through the process under democracy.
Legal process.
Legal process. There's legal process there. We have to go through that. Not being taken the power away from the people by the junta.
Not just take the power away from the civil government as they are elected by
So from what Reuters has said, if this is true, Indonesia is trying to get everyone to agree with the junta. Does that mean Indonesian government agree and support and accept coup d'etat? This is the real question.
That's the real question.
and that's why we need to know what has been discussed in the talk yesterday คุณสุนัยผาสุกนะฮะ from Human Rights Watch Thailand he contacted to the Ministry of Indonesian no not the ministry contacted to the Foreign Ministry of Indonesia asking about what's going on with the Indonesian foreign minister talking to including Prayut was there too. Prayut actually showed up at the scene. What was happening? And then the answer he got back was that, oh, Retno, the foreign minister of Indonesia, was on the way home. This is the answer. So they are trying to avoid answering and revealing what has been the topics that discussed
in the meeting. So that's a really good question about if the Indonesian government they really agree with the coup d'etat of the Burmese military junta, and as what I said before, the Christine Burgener, the UN Special Envoy for Myanmar, as what she said, yes, the military junta will try to find a way to organize the new election, which they will win the majority of vote because they don't allow NLD to do it again.
Sounds so familiar.
So what's the agreement? And yes, familiar in this region. Right?
Sounds like something we have done it before. ฟังคุ้นๆก็คือสรุปแล้วกองทัพเมียนมาเนี่ยก็บอกว่าเดี๋ยวจะมีการเลือกตั้งเกิดขึ้น but thinking positively if I'm trying to be positive in this Indonesian foreign minister is here in Thailand trying to pressure the foreign minister of Myanmar to shorten the period of time for the election สิ่งที่โจ้ถ้าจะคาดการณ์ว่าจะมองโลกในแง่สวยเหมือนในทุ่งลาเวนเดอร์ตอนนี้ก็คือว่าการที่รัฐมนตรีต่างประเทศของอินโดนีเซียเนี่ยเดินทางมาประเทศไทยอาจจะเป็นการกดดัน trying to pressure กดดันให้มีการเลือกตั้งเร็วขึ้นไม่ใช่1ปีเหมือนกับที่เมียนมาเคยประกาศไว้แต่อาจจะเป็นแบบสมมติ3เดือน like can it be shortened to like 3 months time and stuff like that this is the most positive thoughts that I could come up with but at the end of the day if that happens in 3 months the votes and the voice of the Burmese last year in November would be dismissed anyway right so the only thing another thing that Burmese protesters want right now is to stop the re-election and come back to the result of last year because Aung San Suu Kyi win
but in the best side I think the military junta cannot accept it because their main target
unlikely
is
to be happen
to bring the political power back to them and actually the protester their goal is to kick out the military junta and secondly release Aung San Suu Kyi and other MPs but we will see maybe in few months
okay looking forward from this we really want the explanation from Thai government to come out and explain why the meeting was organized unofficially behind ASEAN's back without anyone knowing and why is it so secret it's like it's sort of like super mysterious it's a mysterious meeting you know
and everyone wants to know what the context is in the meeting
right because everyone knows we love big ceremony for everything have you noticed in Thailand huge ceremony for anything
you mean like in front of Grand Palace and
yeah I mean any ceremony would be big there would be performances there would be you know president of honor presenting there cutting the ribbon with the blah 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 flowers so this kind of meeting could be one of that too we are welcoming we sort of like the first in the world to welcome the high position officials from Myanmar into Thailand why would that not be publicly announced and celebrated as usual why does it have to be so secret that everyone will find out anyway from the photos
as the first officials to deal with this issue right and they might create a good history on the history book but they don't They kind of make it secretive and like mysterious. So people right now want to dig out what happened there. But how can we know? We are waiting for that. They have to, I mean, Thailand government or Indonesia or Myanmar government, at least one of them, have to tell us what happened in the meeting or the context, just the points, because people, citizens, have the rights to know what government have done for us.
Okay, moving on to another big ceremony. Yesterday, we received the vaccine in front of the whole world.
Yes.
10 days late. And it actually happened on the same day of this secretive meeting too. So I wonder if there's anything incoherence.
I think might be, because that is from Beijing, the one Sinovac, with 200,000 doses. And I remember at the first episode of our program, and I said that, I hope our dearest Prime Minister Zhang Ocha can be the one to experiment or take the vaccine of Sinovac.
Yeah.
But actually, he cannot, like Xi Jinping, because Xi Jinping is over 59 years old, and our Prime Minister Zhang Ocha is over 59 years old. So they cannot. So right now, the responsibility falls on Anutin's shoulder. So we might see it today or later this week to see the vaccination on his arms.
Hopefully it happens real soon. But the one from AstraZeneca of 117,000. Funny thing is, they could not identify which country the vaccines are from.
They are not on the. I mean, Thailand is not on the COVAX platform because they say it's too expensive. And
No, because they said that we are not too poor anymore to be in it, which all of the countries richer than us received COVAX.
Us Taiwan, we got around 200,000 doses next week from AstraZeneca on the COVAX platform. This will be the very first batch. But back to Thailand, I think it might come from UK now, because Thailand right now we have Sinovac. We have.
Right? It comes from factory in Italy.
Oh, so it's from Italy.
Yes, totally Italy.
That's the original factory, because actually AstraZeneca, the company, doesn't have the capacity to produce the doses in UK. So they ask Italian to make it. So that's the original factory.
Is it really Italy? Last night on the news, it's called something else, and not revealing the origin country who made it.
Oh.
They're not sure.
ใช่
So, but Prime Minister will be the first one to
But
take the
the
vaccine.
news before that, the AstraZeneca vaccine, this lot is come from Italy. Whole is come from.
No, in Talking Thailand last night was not.
It's
It was
not.
something else. Anyway, we'll find out later.
Yeah,
But people want Prayut Chan-o-cha to like be the first one to take the vaccine, but for me, I don't think it's necessary, because not every leaders of the country take the first shot.
Or another way is that actually, no matter what happens, you will get the safest one, because they are the one who hold the vaccine.
Yeah.
So, but I think Anutin will be the first one for the Sinovac.
All right.
Yeah, and what I can talk about what happened in Taiwan. So Taiwan will have AstraZeneca from COVAX, 200,000 doses first, and in total we're gonna get 19 million. So AstraZeneca, Pfizer.
19 million, so that
In
means
total from every sources. So
it would be for like 9.5 million people.
right.
Oh, right. Right.
That's what we have in our hand. I mean, on the contract paper.
What's your population?
24 million. So we need, if for all people, we need 46 million doses. But right now we got 19 from AstraZeneca from Pfizer, And there's a political issue too. Actually, the Chinese government say that, oh, we can give 10 million doses from Sinovac to Taiwan. But that's not an issue because, as what I said, in our law, we cannot get serum or vaccine produced in China. So sorry, China, we cannot get it from you.
If that's really the law, why would China come up with this idea?
Politics. They want to show the generosity and the careness from China to Taiwanese people.
Because when the word is out, it sounds like China is being generous.
Yes, to
and
Taiwan.
not a lot of people knew that it's illegal for Taiwan to receive vaccine from China.
Oh, it's all, I think, well spread in Taiwan, and Taiwanese people know that. Oh,
No, I mean the world.
Oh, the world, of course, no one knows.
Right.
It's kind of like cross-strait politics, and Chinese government just want to show that our government take care of Taiwanese and want to give.
What
them-
about Taiwanese living in China?
They can get it already. So actually, in Taiwan, in China, yeah, I'm a Taiwanese living in China. I always have the special rights. Like when go to hospital, there's a line for Taiwanese. You don't have to queue up.
In
with
China?
Chinese. Yes. As what my Chinese classmates tell me.
Why is that?
Oh, so back to cross-strait politics. They want Taiwan to get back to stand with China and maybe one day can be part of China at the end.
The last issue I want to mention is the police corruption. We have the main issue of the police tickets, buying high positions in the department, and this has been exposed and brought up by the Member of Parliament Rangsiman Rome in the censor debate last week. Trended on Twitters and social media, and people started to talk about this corrupt system
Yes.
that has been going on for so long, and we don't really know the way out yet, but it's the first step of getting people to be aware of this issue that has been going on in Thailand. And as we talk, there's not a lot of police corruption in your country.
No, but we have the most infamous case in Taiwan is the president Chen Shui-bian. He sits on the presidential seat from 2000 to 2008, and actually in Taiwan, our president has like special presidential fund for his position, maybe for diplomatic issue, and you can use this. It's around a few million NTD, it's a few million baht, but actually, what happened is a snowball effect from the beginning because the president's wife used the receipt that she got gift from a luxurious brand, jewelry luxurious brand, start from T, and it cost around 1 million baht. And she used this receipt to get refund from the special fund. But that's not a big amount. And finally, they didn't get charged. They were not charged by this case. But actually, the special agent find out that, there's another big issue. So in Taiwan, as a politician, I'm not sure in Thailand, as a politician, we can fundraising the political fund to support my election. So
I've never heard, but
so they
let's
get
find out.
So they get around 200 million NTD, 200 million baht, around that. And the special agent find out that, the family transfer most of the funds to overseas account to do money laundering. So that's why right now the former president, and his wife already have been charged life prison.
And they're in jail now?
They are not in jail because they have made the health issue. So on the human rights, they can serve this in their house under house
That
detainment.
is huge. I mean,
really huge.
if only we could see what's going on in the financial accounts
Yes.
of our leader and maybe the family, that would be interesting too. But that's the case of the president of the country.
But
So that could be compared to like Prayut's case or whatever. But what about the same level, the same
Police.
category, police? Because we can't really connect police to the
To
president.
president.
It's totally different story. Is there anything in the same cat?
in my experience or in my I don't think we have
Nothing's-
those big cases.
Nothing's been on the news about police.
Nothing been on the news.
How nice.หาไม่เจอเลยเหรอ ไม่มีเหรอ No corruption police เลยเหรอ
No big
เลยเหรอ
เลย
No, you don't have to give me the big corruption one. Just give me some small, juicy, crazy, stupid case.
Because as we on the
Because we are so not corrupt.
like corruption world corruption ranking, we are at number 19
Oh,
and Thailand is number 108.
100,000.
100,000.
100,000 ranked. No, that's
But I'm
actually
quite-
just a few hundred countries, so we can't go that far.
But I know, but I'm quite shocked when I know the news about
อ๋อคือ
what,
corruption ประเทศนี้อยู่อันดับที่ 19 ของโลก แล้วนี่เท่าไหร่นะ100เท่าไหร่นะ
109
อ๋อ Well, we got a lot more again.
But I'm really shocked as a Taiwanese to know that Duachang, like that corruption.
The Taiwan police corruption. Okay, so if there's not like a lot of corruption of the police in Taiwan, what made it so transparent?
I think
What do you think make it so not corrupt?
I think it's because of a system. It's well done, well organized, and everyone can check on the internet. If someone
The
gets
people?
promoted, yes, someone get promoted at one level. Of course, it's not like all level, but at one level, if you want to get promoted, you have to publish on website so people can see. And they're always
Open data.
Open data, transparency. Transparency prevents the corruption happen.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And it should be the basic approach that everyone use. I mean, we should have the open data in Thailand too. อันนี้คือแฟรงค์พูดว่าทำไมมันไม่มีคอร์รัปชันเยอะในตำรวจที่ไต้หวัน คือถามก็นึกไม่ออกสักทีเนี่ยนะฮะ ก็เลยถามว่าแล้วคิดว่าอะไรที่ทำให้มันแบบโปร่งใส สรุปก็คือ Open Data เราสามารถที่จะเข้าถึงข้อมูลได้ ตำรวจคนไหนได้รับการโปรโมท ตำรวจคนไหนได้รับการเลื่อนขั้น มันก็จะเป็นข้อมูลที่โชว์ที่ประชาชนทั่วไปสามารถเข้าถึงได้ so that's like
And it's
one of the easiest way to go
And it's not just police officer, it's public servant.
public servant
In the system, they have to
ทุกหน่วยงานทุกกรมทุกกระทรวง all of the information would be there เราสามารถเช็คได้หมดโอเค
But
government tech would be the key
Key.
and way out for Thailand which the government tech would not be imposed or develop anytime soon I believe
we should check what digital minister do. Or you can hire Audrey Tang.
That's a very good point. That's a
Yes.
very good point. Okay, Frank, thank you so much for sharing with us today how not corrupt your
Your
country
country
is. เดี๋ยวเจอกันสัปดาห์หน้านะครับ
สัปดาห์หน้าครับ
วันนี้ก็ฟังแฟรงค์นางก็บลัฟต่อไปเรื่อยๆ ถึงความปังปุริเย่และความโปร่งใสและความใดๆของประเทศเขาอะนะฮะ วัคซีนก็มานู่นนี่นั่น แล้วก็ขอคอนเฟิร์มนิดนึงว่าสิ่งที่ประยุทธ์ถือเมื่อวานเนี่ยมันเป็นม็อกอัพHe was holding the
Really?
It's more.
Why do I sound disappointed ฟังน้ำเสียงเหมือนผิดหวัง
Really?
He was.
Really
Why?
เป็นม็อกอัพคือมีคนเหมือน
Of course.
เหมือนอยู่ในงานนะ
Real one.
There's a person in the what is it called the event
The organizers one.
แล้วก็ they saw the bottles like at the tent right before the landing of the plane so like it cannot be the real one so I'm like fine mock up
It kind of makes sense that you take some mocking up and show the.
well that's a different story แบงค์ถามว่าแล้วมัน make sense ไหมที่จะต้องแบบเอา mock up มาโชว์อย่างเงี้ยนะฮะเหมือนให้โลกรู้ว่าเฮ้ยฉันมีวัคซีนแล้วนะอะไรอย่างเงี้ย I mean you have to realize that we are the first country in the region who received vaccine from China by paying for it.
Of course.
We are the first one who pay for it because China has been sending free vaccines to like, you know, Laos, Myanmar,
Myanmar also.
Myanmar, Cambodia, Vietnam,
Indonesia.
And we are
แต่
the
ว่า
first one
in the statement yesterday I was confused at first like are we the first one who received the vaccine from China like we are not we are like the last one in the planet you know
yes.
but actually in the small sentence reads by paying for it like เราซื้อเองเป็นคนแรกของ Southeast Asia
Why?
อ๋อซื้อเองก็ต้องอย่างนี้แล้วโอ้ทำไมมันคอมเพล็กซ์ขนาดนี้เนี่ย
ซื้อ
ประเทศอะไรวะเนี่ยต้องใส่อันนี้ตลอดเวลาเลยอ่ะคือแปลตรงตัวไม่ได้ทุกอย่าง
ซื้อเองแล้วทำไมต้องโชว์ก็ซื้อก็มา
เพราะฉะนั้นสมมุติว่านะฮะสมมุติว่าเราได้ของฟรีมาแล้วเราจะโพสอะไรสักอย่างลงโซเชียลมีเดีย if we got it for free which is not this one we would go like this เห็นไหมครับสิ่งนี้มันอร่อยมากเนี่ยถ้าโจ้ได้2อย่างนี้มาฟรีใช่ไหม but if we actually paid for it we just gonna put it here and talk about it for 1 second right and yesterday we paid for the vaccines our prime minister somehow just keep showing to the press that we got it already while Singapore received the whole vaccine from everyone in the country both citizen and the people living long term in Singapore. They got this vaccine enough for everyone. Nobody showed up.
Even the
It's
press.
like somebody at the airport took the photo and sent to the Ministry of Health, and then the Health Ministry posted on social media. That's it. Because that's, I mean,
ceremonial country.
I mean, yeah, we got the vaccine. We announced by the Public Health Ministry, and that's it. That's all we should do. I mean, we don't have to cut ribbon. แล้วคือสิงคโปร์เนี่ยนะก็ได้มาเป็นแบบคนแรกในเอเชียบลาบลาบลาครบสำหรับทุกคนแล้วก็ไม่ได้มีการต้อนรับใหญ่โตแห่หรืออะไรใดๆก็แค่ไปเอาที่สนามบินลงจากเครื่องบินแล้วก็มีภาพถ่ายแค่นั้นลงไปในเพจ Facebook จบและท้ายที่สุดขอสรุปอย่างนี้นะสิงคโปร์เนี่ยที่ได้มาคนแรกเป๊ะปังเบอร์นั้นยังมีหน้ามาแบบบอกว่าถึงเราจะได้มาคนแรกเนี่ยแต่ตอนนี้เศรษฐกิจมันก็ยังไม่ได้ดีขึ้นเลยนะเราจะต้องทำอีกหลายอย่างมากเพื่อประชาชน Though we received the vaccine enough for everyone the first one in Asia it's been 2 months already the economy has not been going up so we sorry we just gonna have to do more for our people
And we have to pay for it because they
ในขณะที่ประเทศนี้มาช้ามากจ่ายเองหมดโฆษณาสุดฤทธิ์แล้วก็ยังไม่ฉีดแล้วก็มาน้อยมาก this is so little right because our capacity I think the health ministry can do up to 10 million dose a month for getting people vaccinated but
right now
ตอนนี้เราได้
200,000
and they want everything to go back tourism to come back economy to come back by the end of this year imagine Singapore has 10 times stronger of an economy than Thailand and it's been 2 months already nothing has been coming up and Thailand stopped complaining and bluffing about this you know imaginary thoughts that everything will come back right after we get everyone shot and especially we are not going to get it done by this year
and there's a new policy that maybe the health ministry they will issue the vaccine passport right so those people outside overseas foreigners if they get vaccinated they can just come into Thailand
yeah while Thailand is not ready yet for our people to be vaccinated
no one gets vaccinated yet and right now they already have this policy. What are you guys thinking?
What am I thinking
Not
don't
you.
say you guys
I mean, what is the government thinking right now?
thank you that's more
Good
like it
sentence. Okay. Yeah.
we're on the same side here
It's way inside.
โอเคขอบคุณมากครับ
ขอบคุณ
อย่าลืม
ครับ
แชร์คลิปนี้แล้วก็เดี๋ยวมาเมาส์มอยกับแฟรงค์ต่อสัปดาห์หน้านะครับ วันนี้เลยเวลามาแล้วประมาณ 20 นาที
นี่สิโอเค
วันนี้เราไปก่อน สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ
See you next week
See you next week.
Multi Alliance
下礼拜见面啊啊
อีกแล้วบอกไม่พูดจีน
ยังไม่เอา
ตั้งแต่ต้นก็ไม่พูดสักที
No like no fragment.
ที่หลังนะ when you can find a fragment I did not find a fragment